So we'll grab this, unlock this, go under here, swim under the Cheep Cheeps, or just kill them entirely. Yes, those actually are Cheep Cheeps. Or at least they look a lot like them. Using the feather in the side-scrolling sections while underwater just boosts me straight up very quickly. Which is something I'm definitely going to be exploiting for the boss battle here. He's not in the room, he's actually underground. This is actually going to be fought in side-scrolling mode. The boss here, though, really isn't very difficult. Actually, here's a case where the color scheme actually looks pretty cool. The shadow and all. Now, it does look like whenever I hit him, I'm getting sent back, but all I really need to do is hit the anglerfish's light there on top. See, he'll lunge at me, but he won't do much else, which really makes this pretty easy, especially with the feather trick I mentioned. Actually, maybe calling that a trick is a bit of a stretch. But hey, we have another item. This one's called the Surf Harp, and will inevitably sound nothing like a harp. So it kind of does sound like music that would be played on a harp, if nothing else. My next target is in the bay. Before I take that path, there's a couple areas around here that I'd like to go for first. This room here, with Monbo, Child of the Sunfish, he'll be able to teach me a new ocarina song. Alright, everybody start dancing! Link, I said start dancing. Actually, I barely call what the fishes are doing dancing either. Anyway, this is the, yeah, what's the name of this? I don't even remember, but it's gonna tell me here. I do remember what it does. It will either teleport me to the entrance of a dungeon, or directly to a certain location on the map. Right around where Crazy Tracy's, pond is. Or her house, the pond right next to it, is where it actually takes me. Which, of course, will be even better if I lose that potion, too. Now, that staircase will just take me back towards the mainland, right where that staircase is now. A couple other areas here. This otherwise empty room actually has a piece of heart underwater. One of the trickier ones, I think. But really, with a room that empty, something's gotta be there, right? Alright, now I'll surface right up here. I'd like to get across there, but it's not gonna work. Alright, so let's take this warp. We're near the animal village now. And a ghost is following me. It's not a good sign. Am I dead? Like, secretly? And before we go too far, let's go back to some of the trading sequence we had before. The hibiscus we got in a mountain, we can give to the goat here. And she'll ask us to deliver a letter to a Mr. Wright. Do you remember him from, Video 2, I think it was? He was always looking for someone to write to him. Hence the name. And that ghost keeps making that sound. Like it wants me to remember them. He's following me. I hate ghosts. They were never this clingy, were they? Maybe he's a ghost of Link's past. I mean, it's a fairly well-established fact in the Legend of Zelda series that there are multiple Links throughout the entire series. And I think there's a bit of dispute on which ones are always, which ones actually have the same Link. Now, I do remember There was one area here I missed. I never saw what was here. Actually, that didn't help any. I can't reach that. We'll have to come back then. But hey, there's Mr. Wright's house. I have a letter. And it came with a picture of her. No, wait, that's definitely not her. I don't think her name is Christine, either. So apparently when people go online and they post pictures of themselves claiming to just be cute girls, doesn't just happen online. Happens in snail mail here, too. Anyway, we have a broom now, which we want to give back to the village. And look, now we're at the village. That was quick, wasn't it? Alright, now we go here. This loudmouth woman here. Yes, the broom is for you. And in return, I can have a fishing hook. Which actually takes us close to where we need to go. What will it become? Good question. Now, I'm surprised the ghost hasn't actually said anything. If we wander around for long enough, he'll actually tell us where he wants to go, which is his old house by the bay. Alright, now let's take this over towards back by the coastline, of course. Keep following this road, I'll end up actually fairly close to his house, the one we're trying to reach. Getting closer. Here it is. Alright, what you think? Of course it's unchanged. You haven't lived here for a while. Alright, I do want to see if there's anything else here, though. An otherwise empty house. This is kind of jumping out at me for some reason or another. That is a nice chest, isn't it? Yes, I know there's a joke in there about my girlfriend, but, for her sake, I'll leave it out. I've made it. Good. Though, I think of it. Well, now that I have the flippers, there are a few areas around here that I can reach. That enemy that just popped out of the ground is actually a Zora, which looks completely different than the appearance we know now. The Zora as an entire aquatic species with that bluish-white look, that actually didn't begin until Ocarina of Time. If there's anything else here... Does this be the fastest way, I guess? Might be a little bit of a hike towards the actual cemetery, but not sure how else we're gonna get there. Hey, there we go. Alright, we're almost there. Now, the cemetery's actually over there, but his grave is right over there. I just need to work a little bit more here. Dodge the zombies. There we go. I already looked inside, but I didn't see anything. Anyway. Next we're going into the bay here. Towards Catfish's maw. That area right there actually isn't bad for collecting rupees, just because enemies keep respawning. But I don't want to exploit such a cheap trick. There's probably going to be easier ways to get them anyway. In the next area. Oh wait, there was something here that I can pick up because I missed. In the water here. Careful where this is going to respawn. There we go. I think if I hit that from the wrong end, it would have just ended up in the water. Now I believe we have 13 seashells? 13. 13 down. There's actually 26 in the game, so we're exactly halfway there, but we only really need 20 of them, and I'm not going to be able to collect all 26. I messed that up at some point already, so... Easiest way from here, I just scrolled it off the screen. We'll go this way. Makes us invincible to those bombs, too. And over here, around where we dug to the center of the earth, guys, fisherman here. We'll jump onto his boat. Give him the fishing hook we have. Alright, he fishes. He's working extra hard because this music sped up. He caught... looks like a necklace. I don't think you usually catch stuff like that during fishing. At least I don't. One time I went fishing, didn't catch anything. It was extremely boring. That ominous-looking building is Catfish's maw. But there's gotta be more around here that I can get first. A mermaid. I found her necklace. Alright, now we have one of her scales. Mermaids have scales. I guess they do. And we're actually almost at the end of the trading sequence here. If we follow this path back... If we follow this path, we don't get anywhere. What I was aiming for was to get back up there, but it doesn't look like I can make it easily there. Unless it was on another side. That mermaid statue I passed by, that's about a little bit southwest of where I am right now, is what I was aiming for. That's actually where I placed the scale. Then the question becomes, can I get there from here? Doesn't look like it. So you know what, we're just going to leave that for later, and let's just enter the Catfish's maw here. Now, if we dive down under here, we find a secret passage. There we go. Now we can get inside easy.